Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm actually going over a couple stocks today that I believe will 10x, and I'm putting my money where my mouth is too, because I own some of these stocks as well. And also, a stock to 10x is a crazy claim because if that were true, that's a lot of money to be made. And with that being said, this is all my opinion, not financial advice. The SEC would be all over my ass if you took that as personal financial advice. But anyway, the first stock I actually wanted to show you guys is ticker symbol FVRR or Fiverr stock. Now, why would this stock 10x? Well, let me show you what happened in a zero interest rate environment. And last time that was 2020. So look at this, okay? This stock was $336 at one point. And right now it's $23. We'll call it $24, all right? So if it were to 10x, that would mean it would go to 24 or $240, which is right here, which was where it was literally 2, 3 years ago back in, yeah, this is 2021. So that's not even that crazy because right now the financials look better than they ever looked. I can't believe the valuation that this company had up here, like $8 billion, and the financials were so bad. But now the financials are actually good. They're finally getting profitable that it's starting to make sense. So let's actually dig into the numbers together. So obviously, if we look at their net income, they just went profitable. Look, last quarter was their first profitable quarter. But if we go to their total revenue, $89 million. Look, so remember when it was at $300, this was what they were making. They were losing all this money back here, and now that they're finally breaking even, the valuation is worse, I guess. So let's look at their balance sheet. So 68% assets to liabilities ratio, and 1 year ago it was 74%. So that's really good. They're paying off their debt and getting more assets. So look, in 2020 it was $239 million back here. Valuation was 8 billion. So I keep going to that. But anyway, this is the number we want to look at because this is the number that they're actually making. This is what they can, do stock buybacks with. But this is the actual cash flows they're making. And as you can see, it's the highest it's basically ever been in the most recent quarter. And let's see how much they're actually diluting you as a shareholder over here. So if we go, oh, well, we can look at their cash first. So they have cash on hand of $162 million. Remember, their market cap right now was $900 million. So 16% of that is just in cash. And if we see how much debt they have, they can pay off half their debt right now with just the cash on hand. But why would they pay down all their debt right now? They have it at a pretty low interest rate. So that's pretty good. And we can see how much their interest expenses are because we're just doing it. So they're actually making money from interest instead of paying interest. So like they used to pay a lot of interest. Now they're making interest because of the super high, treasury bonds and the money market funds. They made $4.49 million in one quarter just off the 162 million dollars of cash. So they're milking the interest rates. And if we go to the total common shares outstanding, you've literally only been diluted 1.71% in 1 year. So that's crazy for a tech stock like Fiverr. And we've all heard of this one. Like everyone's heard of Fiverr. Like, look, they've literally only been issuing like $1 million every single quarter, and that's nothing basically. So that's why I think Fiverr has the possibility to 10x. And let me show you my position I have in them because I actually own some Fiverr stock. So yeah, I'm actually putting my money where my mouth is. So check out Fiverr right here. This is my Moon portfolio where once I buy a stock, I can never sell it. So if you come back to my channel, if you want to subscribe, it would mean a lot. If you come back in 1 year and check my channel, I will own all these same stocks. I'll obviously add to the portfolio, but all these shares that I own right here, I will still have unless something crazy happens, black swan event, whatever. But yeah, so here's where I bought it at. This purple line right here is my average cost, but I'm up 10% on it, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm never selling these shares. And with that being said, let's actually dig into the next stock that I think will 10x. All right, guys. So the next stock that I think will 10x is actually ticker symbol DOCU or DocuSign. And man, look at this chart. It looks just like Fiverr. So this thing used to be $314 and now it's chilling at 40. It was $38, but you can still get it at a really good price, $40 right now. And I'm going to show you the financials because just like Fiverr, the financials are at like their all-time best, but yet the stock price is at the all-time low. So let's actually see how are they doing? So first off, DocuSign. You'd think they wouldn't still be growing because this was a huge pandemic play, but it's still growing even when people are going back to work and people aren't being all digital. Look at this. It's growing 10% year over year. It's grown, which in this environment is really good. But then if we go to the net income, they actually just broke even in the most recent quarters. Look, they've lost money forever, but then in the three most recent quarters, they're finally breaking even. They're finally focusing on some real investor returns, which is really good. If we go to their balance sheet, this is insanely good. It went from 84% to 74%. So 10% down in assets to liabilities, which is insanely good. And they got a lot more assets. So the growth there is insane. But we want to look at the actual cash flows because this is what they do the stock buybacks with, the free cash flow. So look, $211 million in the most recent quarter. This is their actual cash flows, their subscription revenues, all that. So $211 million in one quarter, and their market cap is $8.31 billion. That's what they're worth right now. That's their market cap. So they have that $8 billion market cap, and look at the cash on hand. $1 billion of cash. Who knew they had so much cash? So like 1/8 of their market cap is literally just cash that they have on hand. $1 billion. And let's see how much interest they're making because of that. This is the interest that DocuSign's making just off that from the money market funds. $15 million in the most recent quarter. So they're absolutely milking it. And this is all pure profit right here. So we can also look at the debt they have. So they have more cash on hand than debt they have. So total debt of 725 million, cash of $1 billion. And let's see, are they diluting the shareholder year over year? So actually, you've only been diluted 1.21%. So I love this. You're barely being diluted. They have a ton of cash. They're starting to get a lot of interest off of it, and they're growing their actual business in terms of their subscription revenues, which we'll look at in a second. And if we go to their issuance retirement of stock program, even though their total common shares outstanding are going up because they pay their employees, they've actually still been buying back their own stock. As you can see, about like 20, $30 million a quarter, but still, the fact that they're buying back their own stock at these discounted prices is really good for the investor. And here we are on the Moomoo app. Here are the actual EBITDA estimates by the analysts. So this is only 17 analysts, but check this out. Here's also their EPS and their revenue. So it looks like they've been constantly beating on their revenue estimates. So that's pretty cool to see. And also, the company has a really high gross margin, 78%. That's because a lot of their revenue, like as we can see up here, comes from a subscription. And subscriptions, are monthly, annually, and that doesn't cost them anything. So that's a really high gross margin for them. So that's really good. Oh, and I also own some DocuSign stock. So hey, maybe I'm biased on it. It's basically at the same price as where I bought it at. So I just wanted to show you guys that. So hey, if y'all enjoyed the video and want to support me, YouTube actually just approved me for channel membership. So if you want to hit the join button, all revenue I make from that and this whole YouTube channel, I'm going to be putting all money into this portfolio right here into stocks. Of course, this is where I have a portfolio where once I buy a stock, I can never sell it, and I share my journey with you guys. So if y'all want to support me, then that would mean a lot. And if you can't, don't even worry about it. Just leave a comment about your thoughts on this video. I'm going to reply to every comment. Y'all are the best. And I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. My name's Nathan Roberts.